Hi everybody, this is Diane and I am about ready to list these Christmas junk journal kits in my shop. And I want to go through what is inside this box and then I'll show you the covers. I have 4 kits and I'm only going to go through one of the boxes. They all have very similar items. There will be differences as usual, but I'm going to show you one kit and then I will show you the book covers. So I don't have a kit for, how would I want to put this? I'm going to have the book covers just out so that if somebody orders them, I'll take them and put them in a box. So they're all interchangeable. Okay, there's not a specific kit that goes with each cover. So let me just show you. I have them packed in the 12 by 12 flat rate box. And the kit includes some Christmas fabric strips, so I took one of those strips and laid it across the bottom so that you'd be able to pull your papers out easily, because they're the 12 by 12 papers in a 12 by 12 box, so they're very snug in there. I don't have them all organized and packaged up into little goodies at this point yet. Sorry. Oh, let me move this a little bit. Okay. So after I show them to you and take photographs, I'll get them packaged up neatly. So I'm just going to go through, it's been a couple weeks since I put everything in the boxes, so I might not remember everything that's in here. So like I said, I have some fabric strips. This is a really pretty poinsettia. Some green with some white stars. Whoops, that's going to be on the bottom. This marbled. And this stripe. They're very fun. And there are some ribbons and trims. So there's this green with white lace. And like I said, there are differences. Some of the kits will have something that somebody else might not have. But most things are in all of the kits. All the kits have these pretty red and gold ribbons. And there's like 3 different designs. But you get several lengths of that. A little bit of pearl trim. This green upholstery trim. Quite a long piece of that. And we have some, oh, here's another trim. Let me grab this. It's a velvet with a gold pearly beading around the edge, and it's wired. A little strip of that. That would make a fun little tuck spot. Then we have some fabrics. We have this owl fabric. Some of these fabrics were given to me last year in Happy Mails, and I used them in Happy Mails, and I'm using them again this year. So please don't think that you sent me something that I'm just giving away, because there was lots there. This I actually found at a flea market. It was a very large piece of this fabric. And I've been using it quite a bit over the last few years. This was from a flea market also, and this was a a snowman. You would cut the pieces out, and it had instructions for sewing the snowman. But I just put the individual pieces into the kits, and you can use this fabric. I don't know why it seems so dark. I'm going to angle this camera a little differently. I'm having trouble getting in the viewfinder. Okay. Then we have this green and red plaid that has some lurex gold thread in it. This green with a gold tree. It's not quite so shiny as that lurex, but it's gold. It just seems dark in here. I believe that this is one that was gifted to me from Pierrette, and it's beautiful. And I'm using it again this year too. But it's Christmas greenery with some gold in it. Really pretty. This was a tablecloth I found at a flea market, and I don't know, it's just like a never-ending supply of this. I've used it for a couple of years, and I'm using it again, and I put a whole bunch of it in my Christmas fabric de-stash, and you're getting several pieces of it in this kit. But it's really fun to use. It's a woven, like a thick, soft woven, and you can cut these out and make things with it, or just make a fabric flip, use it on a journal cover. Lots of things you can do with that. This is another piece of foliage with gold, but it is different from this one. And they both came from Perrette, I think. There's another piece of that large poinsettia tablecloth. This is another tablecloth. It's vintage. I found at a flea market. It does have stains on it, but there's really fun pieces. In one of the journals that I am almost done with, I used some of these ornaments and just made a fabric flip out of them. So there's that piece, and like each kit is going to be different, but each kit will have pieces of this tablecloth. This one has 3 pieces of it. Oh, there's another piece of that. This is just a red fabric. I don't really know. It's kind of slightly fuzzy. It's not velvet. It's not a plush fabric, but it's definitely got some softness to it. So it's a nice, good size piece. There's another ribbon, a sheer ribbon that's gold and it's wired. It's got some gold embroidery on it. And I think every kit has some of this silver cording. So those are the fabrics and trims and ribbons. You will also get a bag that has some bells and beads and buttons. I didn't have a lot of these left after my destashes that I've been doing, but I did share some. And then we have some Tim Holtz stickers. I kind of divided up what I had between these. There's another one of a sheet of stickers. Somebody, I think in a Happy Meal, I got 2 sheets of these, and I kept one and I cut the other one up and put them in these kits. And then we have quite a few of the notepads and the kind of little notes that you can find in most stores. So these I actually got at the thrift store, these little notepads that had Christmas sweaters. You get a few pages of those. This one is really pretty with a snow scene on it. This one is pretty faint, but it's blue, pale blue with some trees and stars at the bottom of the page. There's that one. There's that one. Get a couple of those. This one came in the mail. I just cut this part off and I glue it to a page for journaling. And another few pages of that. This one has a cat and a dog fighting over or trying to untie a package. This one's real pretty. And again, I've kept some of these for myself, but a couple more sweaters. A couple of those. This one is also from the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. It's got Santa at the bottom. This is the same one I showed before, and then this one has a nutcracker. Then there are several of these recipe cards, Christmas recipe cards. They're creased, they're scored here so you can fold them. There's 5 of those. A poinsettia hang tag from a florist. I've had these for a few years. I got these at a flea market. Just some little doodads, some parts of cards, gift tag. There's something I stamped. Greeting card, postcard. A couple of the recipe cards with Christmas recipes. This came out of an old book. I made a journal out of that book last year. This is from the same book. Recipe page out of a book that was called Santa in My Kitchen. So it's got some Christmas recipes. Some book pages that represent some Christmas images. Everybody gets 1 sheet of these vintage stencils, and what I did in the books that I'm currently making, I cut out around a particular stencil. I took the stencil out so it just left the negative, and I either just stuck it in a pocket or I glued it to some cardstock and used it as a tuck spot, journaling card, whatever. So there's one, two, it's kind of hard to see because they were in a package and the outlines of the ones they were up against left brown markings on the page, so it's a little hard to see what's what. But there's an ornament, a candle, a Santa Claus, a bow. I am not sure what those are, and a candy cane. So you get several images on each of the stenciling pages. And of course, each one will be different. This is from a craft book with cross-stitch Christmas designs. These are all upside down. So you get quite a few pages from Christmas craft books. This is from a Christmas record book where you would write your visitors, your food, your gifts, and all that stuff from year to year. It was probably 5 years worth or maybe more. This is from Saturday Evening Post Christmas edition book. You get several pages of that. Some of it is music, some is poems. Sorry, some are illustrations, mostly from Norman Rockwell. This came from an old journal. More of the Saturday Evening Post. This is from an old children's book. I used most of this book last year in an adorable Christmas journal. This is a visit from St. Nicholas. This is from a book, I think all of the images in this book were by Nash. I forgot his first name. But he's the one that created Nast, not Nash, Nast, Thomas. He created our image of Uncle Sam, and he did a lot of Santa Claus pictures. Here's another Norman Rockwell, and this is from a children's Christmas ABC book. I used most of that last year too. I still had a few pages left. So you get lots of book pages to work with. And there's the cover of the special holiday issue from the Saturday Evening Post because it's got a wonderful, wonderful image on the front. This one isn't Rockwell. It's another popular artist from back in the day, but I forgot his name. This is from a book of Christmas carols, but it had some nice illustrations in it. And it had things about the carols too. So there's one of the songs. And then there's some computer stationery with Christmas designs. I kept finding it this year, so I had quite a few different designs. This one with stockings. A couple of those. This one's really pretty. Got a couple of those. And we're back to more book pages. These are from the Saturday Evening Post, but these were Christmas advertisements, so these are really cool. I had a couple. This is from two different books because they're different sizes. Lots of images of Santa Claus and Christmas images. This one is actually a double spread. This is again from the Santa in My Kitchen book. A couple more pages from that. This is from a Christmas craft binder, so this opens up. Got several of those. This is from, well, this one isn't double, and this is from a different book, but it is double. More crafting pages. Some gift wrap, Christmas gift wrap. Quite a few different designs and different sizes. And then the scrapbook paper. I gave you a couple of the 8.5 by 11 plaids. These are cardstock. And then the rest of the pages, or most of them at least, are from the Paper Studio Christmas pad that I got at Hobby Lobby. So they're white on one side, but they're nice, sturdy pages with pretty Christmas designs. They're upside down to the camera right now. But there were 3 of each design, and I had 4 kits to divide them up between, so I did what I could. This one is from Bo Bunny. I'm going to leave that out so I can trim the top off, so it's actually 12 by 12 and doesn't get scrunched up in the box. But you get the idea. This is actually the pad of paper that I'm using in my journals. So I bought one this year, one of these pads, and then when I got out my Christmas stuff, I had more of this pad left over than I thought I did. So I took my new pad and just divided it up between these 4 kits. I think somebody just sent these to me this year. I kept some to use, but I put some in the journal kits. They're really nice. They're Tim Holtz, and they're on craft paper. So there's 4 of them in this kit. Oh, there's another of the plaids. So I didn't count the scrapbook pages, but they all have the same. So that's what's in the kit. Lots of paper, scrapbook paper, book pages, wrapping paper, and craft book pages, the computer stationery, and some stencils, cookbook paper, some cards, and the little note papers, plus lots of fabric and lots of ribbons and trims, and a few little doodads like bells and buttons and beads. Now I will show you the book covers. Each kit comes with 2 book covers, and I'm pretty sure you can make at least 2 journals with what's in this kit, especially if you add some plain paper, some printer paper or lined paper, ledger paper, whatever, vintage music paper. You could make more than 2 books out of one of these kits, but I'm including 2 book covers. Most of them are golden books. I kept picking this book up. This one is an older version of it, and the corner is chewed. I would definitely put a book corner, a metal book corner on that. It's just one corner that's like that, but I'd put them on all the corners. Well, actually 2, because the back looks like a dog chewed it. Anyway, I kept finding Santa's Toy Shop, and I kept picking it up, so I ended up with 3 copies of it. And then I selected the covers that I wanted to use this year, and none of them were this one, so I have 3 of them. 3 of these kits have one of these book covers. But it is adorable. I really did want to use it, but I just had too many other ones to use. This one is dated 1950. So it's got really cute pictures in it. And then the other book with this one is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So this journal kit will be called Rudolph. And this one is in very bad shape as far as the spine goes. The book cover itself isn't too bad. It looks vintage, it looks used. But you're going to take the book cover off anyway. And there's the, where is it? Right there is the date. The pages do have some wear and tear. Well, it's just like, I don't know, maybe you can be cleaned off. Okay, so this is the kit called Rudolph. And then we have The Night Before Christmas, which has, again, Santa's Toy Shop. And this one is, this one says 1950 also. That might be the original copyright, but I don't see a newer copyright on it, because this one has a different binding. But they have the same back. Hard to say, but anyway, this one is an older one. And it has the same pictures. And then we have The Night Before Christmas, which is a newer book. It is written in 1991. It's dated here. 1987 is the copyright. So this was printed in 1987. Look at how cute. Really, really pretty pictures. The next kit is called The Christmas Story. So it does have the Santa's Toy Shop. Well, this one's got that same old binding. Guess they're all old ones. And then The Christmas Story is illustrated by Eloise Wilkin. And it's dated 1952. The beautiful Eloise Wilkin illustrations. So, Christmas Story. And then the next one doesn't have Santa's Toy Shop. I'm going to call it Jingle Bells. So this is the same Jingle Bells book that I'm actually making a journal out of right now, but the cover is different. My cover is a light blue, and I think this is the picture on the front, but it's a bigger picture, and it's on a light blue background. This one has a barcode. And it is dated 1984, but it has the same pictures as the one that I'm making a journal out of, which I'm almost done with. I'm hoping that I'll be able to video it today. Jingle Bells, and then The Night Before Christmas. It's a really cute edition. This is not a golden book, and there's no date on it because, is it on the back? Yeah, 2015 is on the back, because this is the end paper right there. Who's the artist? Tom Newsom. All this information that you would find inside the book is on the back. Look how cute, though. Okay, so we've gone through a box, and all the boxes are similar, and you can choose between Jingle Bells, The Christmas Story, The Night Before Christmas, and Rudolph. So I hope you like these journal kits that I put together for you. I'm going to mark them pretty reasonably, and they will be in a $20 flat rate box within the US. I'm not sure how much it would cost internationally. I'll have to weigh the box. And if it ends up that it won't cost $20, I'll put it in a different box, and you won't have to pay that. I'll adjust the price. Okay? So thank you for watching, and I hope that you'll come and visit my shop. Oh, and I wanted to say, if it's in this box, there's room at the top of the box. It's not completely full. I'm going to have to add some packing to it. So if there's other things in the shop that you're interested in, I have quite a few other Christmas listings, and I have some fabric bundles and things. I can fit them in this box, and it won't add to your shipping at all if we're doing the $20 flat rate shipping. So it will add to the weight of the box, but it won't add to the cost of the shipping if you live in the US and we use a flat rate box. So take that into consideration. You can get yourself a good price journal kit, enough to make at least 2 journals, and you can throw in some other items that won't add at all to the shipping cost. So thanks for watching, and I'll be with you again real soon. Bye bye.